So now let's talk about what we do or what we can do in this detached head state. So in my repo, I've gone back to, what is this commit again? For F1, split chapter 1 into 2 pieces. I'll also show you in Git Kraken. This is where I went back to. It shows me head is pointing at this one commit. Master branch is still all the way up here, that branch reference pointing over here, begin chapter 3. There's 8 commits or so in the meantime, or in between. But I am now just looking at this split chapter 1 into 2 pieces commit. Okay, so one thing that I can do is just poke around, examine the contents of the old commit, view the files, maybe copy something, and then bring it with me somewhere. We can see that all my files have been updated to reflect the fact that we're all the way back here. So I can, I can see Gatsby everywhere. I don't see chapter 3. There's work that is missing because I've gone back in time. So if that's all I wanted to do, great. Now, if I want to go back to where I want to go back to master, all I need to do is switch to a branch. So if I have a detached head, I can switch back to master, git switch master, or git checkout master, and we're reattached. So I can show that. We've got only one branch in this repo, so master. I'll just switch back. So right now, I'm in detached head. Now if I do switch master, git switch master, you can see I'm not in detached head. We're back where master is, right? Head points to master. If I type git log, we can see we have all those commits again, and head is pointing to that master branch reference. So nothing changed. We didn't mess up anything. We simply went back as an observer. We took a look at what happened all those commits ago. We time traveled back and then time traveled forward. But if I wanted to go back, let's say to where I finished chapter 1, and then I wanted to split off and try a new version of chapter 2 and chapter 3. Basically, I want to get rid of all of this work. I'm not going to delete all of that work, but I'm going to try making a new branch that doesn't include any of this. So I'll go back in time, maybe to this commit right here, whatever this hash is, and then I will branch off and do some stuff on that new branch. So I'll make a branch based upon this position, this particular commit. So I won't lose all this stuff. I'm just going to make a new branch without it. Okay? So that's the third option, really, I guess, for what we can do here. Create a new branch and switch to it. Now I can save changes, I can make commits, because head will now be attached to a new branch. So let's go back, let's pick one of those commits. Let's go to when I finished chapter 1 before we had chapter 2. So I'm going to copy that commit hash, make sure I don't have any unstaged changes and nothing to commit. Great. And I'll check out that old commit from a long time ago. Once again, detached head, we can see where I am. I'm all the way back here. Now what I'm going to do is make a new branch. So just like I make any other branch, I can make it first, get branch, blah, and then switch to it, or just do it in one go. What should I call this branch? Let's call it, chapter 2 redo. Like that, okay? So I made a new branch and I switched to it. And just like any time we make a branch, that branch is based upon head. And at that point in time, head was this commit. So now we have a new branch here, chapter 2 redo, and I'm reattached. Head is pointing to an actual branch reference. We're not in detached head. I type git status, and we can start doing more work. So my files still look like they did when I was in detached head, but now I am reattached. So I could make my own version of chapter 2, right? Chapter 2.txt, and just put some random stuff in here. Here's my chapter 2. Maybe I want to, we'll just leave it at that, I guess. Maybe I'll delete all of chapter 1. I'll empty that out. Whatever I do, git status, I'll add those changes. I'm on this branch, chapter 2 redo, and I'll do something like, start second stab at chapter 2. So now I have this new commit, and it only exists on my chapter 2 redo branch. So this branch has the first 3 commits from master and then a whole new one where I branched off and tried a completely different version of chapter 2. I don't have this history, but it's still there, and I could just switch back to master, right? So this is what I'm looking at here. Chapter 1 is empty. Chapter 2 is almost empty. There is no chapter 3, but I can switch back, git switch master at any point, and all that stuff is restored. I've gone back to where we were before. Okay, so that is pretty much it for checking out previous commits. Git checkout, and then a commit hash will take us back, but we'll be in detached head. We can poke around, we can switch back, go back to master or whatever branch we want, or we can create a new branch based upon the particular commit we've time traveled back to. Okay,